Hey y'all, hey, we are back for another review of All the Queen's Men. We're on season 2, episode 13. Let's just jump right into it. This episode is entitled The Target. So we know at this point, Madam has headbutt Doc to, I don't know, I guess it was more to jolt him from talking, because she realized that the investigator had put a wire on him. So, I guess it was to stone cold stunt his ass so he doesn't say anything he's not supposed to. All right. So she, like I said, she realized that the investigator had put a wire on Doc, and without his knowledge. So I guess when he was processing out of the jail, she handed him his jacket, and in said jacket was a wire. So now they just playing it on with the wiretap, saying, I don't know what this lady thinks we do here. This is an upstanding establishment. I make my money from dancers, so I need you to, go get dressed out and get on stage because that's how we earn our living. Basically just feeding information into the wire because she's aware that it's there now. And so, he's standing there kind of birthday suit naked, and she's like, Doc. And he's like, listen, madam, you ain't even got to ask me. I ain't got nothing to do with this. That lady, that lady did this to me. Whatever. She coming for you. Trust me, I ain't downed you out. But essentially was the gist of the conversation. So now he has to get back to work. Just Doc, your boy Doc got a lot going on. His baby mama just jumped in front of a moving vehicle. His baby just died because the baby mama stepped in front of the bus. He just got out of jail for allegedly pushing her in front of the bus. Like, it's just a whole lot, and he still got to put on his G-string and go to work. And it's just, unfortunately, they don't get no bereavement days. They don't get no time off. They don't get no FMLA from the job. All right, moving on. Tommy and Kat, they go to see Madam, and she tells them about the wire, that was put on Doc. And she wants them to think, so basically the investigator did that, I guess, to give Madam the impression that Doc gave them up, when in fact he really didn't. And so Madam wants them to go ahead and play along, because she's probably, watching their every move, so I need y'all to be careful. I need y'all to be on your P's and Q's. And then she goes and does something very dumb after this, which I don't know if it's this episode or the next, but I'll let you know when I get to it. Anyway, she's watching our moves, and then Tommy tells him, like, listen, while we talking about stuff that's issues, we need to talk about Fuego. Like, I feel like he's the weakest link, and he is going to potentially dime us out. So, what we gonna do about it? And Madam tells him, like, listen, you go talk to him, gauge where his mind is at, and Tommy's like, what you mean by talk to him? Like, you mean, like, get him out of here, talk to him, or actually communicate? She's like, no, just actually talk to him, and let's fill him out, and then once you talk to him, let me know what you think, and I'll then go talk to him. And so we'll see what happens. Fuego does look like he's fading fast. Like, the investigator has definitely gotten to him, so I don't know, might fuck around and cost you your head. So we'll see. All right. Back at the warehouse, there's just all types of N-words, all types of slurs and euphemisms and prejudices being thrown out. There's Confederate flags everywhere. And Mr. Hillbilly Derek, he just got a thorn in his side as it comes to Madam, because Madam killed his brother. Well, okay, she killed your brother. I mean, y'all started the war, but you mad your brother got killed. All right, we'll let you have that. And so Amber's like, listen, if y'all feel that, y'all feel that cold-blooded about it, just go ahead and kill me. Like, quiet as his cup. I hate her too. And I a little bit feel like he meant it. Like, I feel like he meant that in his soul, like he hated Madam. And I'm not sure that she's done enough to you. Shit, I don't know. Maybe somebody try to kill me, I might hit him too. Possibly. Possibly. She didn't really try to kill him. She just almost killed him if he didn't, answer the questions correctly. So, hey, that would have been up to you to answer. I don't know. Whatever. Anywho, moving right along. He claims that he hated her, and he told the man, like, listen, we can work together. I can take you to your house, and you can wait on her. Now, in this moment, I'm not really sure if that's a ploy, to get dude to let his guard down, so he could overpower him or whatever, or if he really meant that. Now, between this episode and the next episode, we'll realize that we never got an opportunity to determine how far he was willing to go with this sellout of Madam. But it was giving convincing. It was giving he meant it. He literally meant it. Like, he didn't mind setting her up because she almost killed him. Again, fair, reasonable assumption, I guess. All right, so he sends some of his men to the club to go see Madam and to give her the message. And while everybody is gone, shit takes a little turn for the worse. It gets weirder and weirder. All right, so this man tells Aaron, like, hey, basically, I like you and I want you. He tells, I like you and I want you, and I'm going to R-word you before I kill you. And I kind of clutch my pearls a little bit, because Mr. White Man, sir, you throwing out all these coons and niggas and all these other euphemisms, but you want a little piece of the dark meat, extra crispy, please. I don't know, it wasn't adding up. But that's how y'all really be feeling, and y'all be, all right, I'm gonna let that alone. Moving right along. All right, so Trouble is complaining to Midnight, telling him, like, listen, I complaining about the dude, whatever. She was complaining as usual. She wants him to put in a good word with the other guys since they're down 2 people. She thinks she's earned her spot on the main floor, on the main ticket. And Midnight's like, girl, listen, you had one little razzle dazzle, not too much. But soon after, the fluffer girl, which is one of Midnight's favorite people, honestly, because he sweeps her off her feet, she shows up, and the conversation is null and void at this point because, ma'am, I got to get prepared to go to work. So find you something safe to do. All right. So white dude Casanova, he finds a girl that he wants to take back to the VIP section. And he goes up to Blue and tells her, like, hey, this young lady wants to go to the VIP section. And Blue's like, do she got the money? Does she got the cover charge? Does she got the funds? And Casanova's like, trying not to be, too loud about it. She's like, no, she ain't got no money. She's like, okay, well, y'all can't go back there. The hell you mean? There's a fee to get in there. She ain't got the money. You can't go. And so Trouble, he's walking away looking a little dejected, don't really know where to go from here. And Trouble tells him, like, listen, you got a car. Go to your car and get this money. They not gonna miss you. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. And she fake apologizes. I call it a fake apology because she's gonna do some other things in the episode, but she fake apologizes to him, about getting his business and whatever. All right, moving right along. Okay, so Tommy shows up at Fuego's and basically tells him that he understands how he feels, after seeing that baby get hit by the bus because Teresa, walked in front of it. And he also claims that he wants to talk. Well, Fuego also, they're just having a little bit of banter, and Fuego tells him, like, listen, because Tommy asks him, like, hey, you come to work tomorrow? Like, you feel better now? You good? And he's like, listen, I actually want to talk to Madam about not dancing anymore because I'm trying to get my life back right. Now, what you mean by back right, I'm not really sure. I don't know if he want to go back to the church and be with the Lord and that other lady or what, but he wants to get his life back right, whatever that means. And he offers to work the bar instead, and Tommy is basically, he's talking, but he's really not paying him any attention. He's looking around the apartment, sizing him up, seeing what he's talking about. And then Fuego tells Tommy, are you here because of what I asked Madam earlier? And Tommy's playing dumb, like, okay, what did you ask her? And he's like, I told him what the detective said, and, just the detective was asking questions, and they were interesting to me. And Tommy asked him, like, okay, so what did you tell her? What do you know? And he's like, listen, I don't know nothing. I don't know a damn thing. And Tommy, I think this question was a ploy. So Tommy tells him, okay, whatever she was asking, I'll tell you what really goes down in here. And Fuego's like, I don't want it. I don't want to know. Absolutely. Wisest thing you ever said, because plausible deniability. I don't know what y'all talk about. I'm just trying to pass the lie detector test when it comes time to go to trial. No, I don't know nothing about it. Ain't nobody told me nothing. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. So he's like, listen, and I think Tom, if he had told Tommy like, yeah, tell me what's going on, he probably would have ended up, a hashtag at that point. But he made the right call. So he's just gonna work there from now on and mind his business and not get too deep in the business. Hopefully, before or Madam may let him walk off scot free with no issue, no penance to pay, and then we'll all be good to go. We'll see. All right. Madam is looking for Babyface at the club, and Blue now has to tell her about what Patty did, and the cops looking for him. And Madam was like, "Listen, this lady's messing with my money. She's messing with my money, so I gotta talk to her. So when you see Patty, tell her to come talk to me." And then she also tells Blue, we've been down, people for quite some time. I need you to set up some auditions, like go on the scout, go out and scout some new people. Because, y'all fucking up my money and there's too many people missing. All right. So, Madam goes over to Dime and she asks Dime, have you talked to Amp? Nobody's been able to reach him, so she's going to go over to check on him and see what the issue is. Because she had already had a standing appointment to go see, what was wrong with him after she had already almost killed him anyway. So she was overdue to go apologize in her auntie duties. Whatever that was. To be a good auntie again, I guess. All right. Casanova gets to the car, and the lady asks for her money back, and then she asks him, how's it going inside, right? Inside the club. He and she are both police officers or undercover or whatever. And He knows, like, he's like, listen, I haven't really made much progress. They watching me now, like they getting a little antsy about letting me into the stuff. So the block is kind of hot, basically. And the woman is reminding him, like, listen, we're here to do a job. Don't get too caught up in this stuff. The chief really wants us to take her down, so I need you to pull it together. And he tells her, like, listen, I haven't found anything yet. I was sitting, in the locker room talking to them and recording them, and they ended up taking my stuff. Well, earlier in the episode, so the reason that Trouble was apologizing because earlier he was listening to music, and she went minding her business. And she snatched his recorder and headphones or whatever, trying to listen to what he was listening to. Well, he probably wasn't listening to nothing because it was a recorder, and I think he was trying to record them while he was in the locker room while everybody's getting dressed or getting ready to go perform. And so the lady's like, oh my God, like, they got your recorder. You've been recording them. Like, she's in an uproar, and he's just, even killed about it. He's like, listen, it's encrypted and they can't open it, so I'm not worried about them having it. I just need to go back in and get more information. And she also reminds him, like, listen, there's 9 other cops in there. So I am not sure what she meant. I know what she meant, but I'm still kind of fuzzy on that. And I'll say I'm fuzzy on that because she says, hey, you need to abort this mission because like your cover's kind of getting blown a little bit, and there's 9 other officers in there, so there's a lot at stake. We don't want to blow the opportunity to take her down, right? Well, later on in the episode, might be this one or next one, I'm not sure because I watched both episodes back to back. Later on in the episode, the investigator she's in the VIP section, and some of her other cop friends, and they're just sitting there literally just watching people perform, just sitting there in the strip club or whatever, just trying to be intimidating, really. And so Madam tells her, like, y'all don't have enough money to be in this section. Y'all need to get up and get out. And it's a big group of them. There's so many of them in that section that they take up 2 VIP sections, which gives me the inclination that are those the 9 cops that he was talking about, or is he talking about 9 different plants that is, strewn about the organization? I don't know, because I feel like that lady that might be at home with Blue might be a plant. Casanova's probably a plant. Trouble is giving me plant too, but I don't really know. I haven't been able to confirm, because when she first got there, I really thought she was a plant. Now that she's diming out Casanova, maybe not really. Or are they working for competing agencies? I don't know, because everybody's trying to get Madam at this point. Anyway, she wants him to, abort the mission, just go about your business, and he's really not having it. Then Trouble comes out to check on him and realizes like they ain't even doing nothing. They not out there hunching. They ain't doing nothing he was supposed to be out there doing. They out there talking. And so Trouble's just getting more clues like this man ain't who he say he is. And so, he gives her, some little quick answer to get her sent back inside. Now they got to go back in and cover for each other and pretend that they done did the do because you still undercover and you need to hurry up and get your story together before you end up under the pavement. You just need to pull it together. All right, so Madam, she shows up at Amp's apartment, and it is disheveled. It is in absolute disarray. And Tommy is coming from the perspective of like, this dude kind of messy, and she's like, no, something ain't quite right. So she calls Dime and sends her a picture of the place, looking ransacked. And Dime says, yeah, I did tear up a couple things when I was there earlier, but I didn't do that much damage, so I don't know what's going on. And so now it's looking real sketchy, and it's time to get out of Dodge. But before they can leave, they hear noise in the bathroom. And it's the girl, Crystal, I think her name is, that Dime had beat up earlier. She's been in the bathroom this whole time because before they left, I guess the message that they gave was, hey, tell Madam we got her nephew, blah, 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 the war's over. But if you leave this apartment, it's somebody that's going to be standing outside to kill you, is what they told Crystal. So that's why she's still in the bathroom, curled up in a ball. Now, I don't remember seeing that message being given to her because I thought she ran in the bathroom as soon as they busted in, but who knows, child. Anyway, she tells Madam, the message that they gave her to give Madam, and she's scared as hell to go outside. And she tells Madam that they took Amp and that she's scared to go outside. And Madam checks the trash bag, and the money is gone, Amp is gone, and now she got to go on a rampage to try to get her nephew back. Granted, we know that the block is hot, and you about to move off of emotion, and you about to blow up the spot yet again. But it's Madam. She don't care. Her mind is set to it, so she gonna do it until she gets, till she's satisfied. So that's just where we're at. All right, Madam's back at the club, and she has to tell Dime what she found out about Amp, and Dime is just being, over the top or overly worried and blaming herself. And Madam's like, listen, I can't handle no extra stress. I got this. Relax. I need you, pay attention, and I'll let you know, what comes of this, what's going to happen. All right. And so she's going to sit there and wait for them to contact her. And this is where she spots the investigator and her friends in the crowd. And, I think she makes up this whole thing about, you have to buy multiple bottles to be in the VIP section. And, their little cop allowance don't allow you much room to be buying $2,000 bottles of liquor just to be sitting in this section. So you ain't got enough. You got to go. You got to get up and you got to get out. Like I said, just an intimidation tactic, pretty much. All right. So Madam has to tell Blue about Amp, and Blue's like, okay, is that why the redneck's outside? So now she got to go outside and talk to them, but she's not going to go outside. She's going to bring them in and, execute her own plan. But, okay, now they've reached out and it's time to negotiate, which she ain't going to do no way, but negotiate, let's just say. All right. Back at the Sip and Paint, Patty comes stumbling into the place. Now, I don't know. She got a state-of-the-art tracking system because she was able to locate him. Granted, he ain't been staying home. He didn't stay at the apartment. He been laying low, like no contact. And she was able to find him at the Sip and Paint naked event, right? And he's wondering, like, why are you following me? And she claims it's because she owns him and, just being real psycho about the situation. She claims that the cops aren't with her. She just wants to talk. So he takes his dumb ass out on the balcony to talk to her. And she tells him, like, listen, I'm not going to, press no charges or whatever. I just love you. And she waited about 2 seconds and he didn't say it back. She didn't wait that long to see if he was going to say it back. He didn't say it back, and she gets upset. And she claims, like, I'll drop the charges if you just tell me you love me. Like, just giving real fatal attraction in this moment. And he's not with it. He's just like, listen, like, I just need you to chill. Like, you're doing too much. So she's back to that mushing and pushing thing she's been doing all season. And she starts to hit him. I'm not saying I agree. And he smacks, he's with the backhand. He smacks her back and she falls over the balcony. So Patty is history. Patty is no longer with us. You know, unfortunately at this point, Patty is over the balcony. She done land on the car and she is dead upon arrival. And now he got to figure out, you know, way to escape without going to jail. So that should be fun to figure out how he gets out of that, or if Madam's going to be able to help him, you know, get out of that situation. Because I mean, it's kind of hard. It's a sticky situation. So we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, that's it. That's what really happened in the episode. Not a whole lot, but things are picking up. Everybody's still coming for Madam, and so we just gonna take this ride along with her. That's been it for All the Queen's Men Season 2 episode 13. Let me know what you think about the episode. Like, comment, share, subscribe, or whatever it is that you feel like doing. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.